Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ugu and today we are in live again for talking a little bit about the fourth month of ownership of my XPeng and to tell you a little bit about what happened during this month and also what is planned for the next month, and of course looking at also the consumption that we had during this month and what happened. So let's start by the content that was made during this month. Let me open here my notes. So this month was focused or started at least on the highway. So there was also we made the videos testing the consumption in highway, so comparing standard with eco mode. And then there was a comment that started an adventure in the channel that was related to the situation of the sport mode. So there was a viewer that challenged me, or at least told me that if I drive in sport mode, it would be exactly the same if I didn't change my driving style. And I accepted that remark, and I did change my mode, the setting in the car to sport mode, and I did test it during also some routes. And in fact, I did prove that there was no big difference, or there was no relation between the driving mode and also the regeneration settings and the consumption that we would have. So of course, this can generate a lot of discussion because of course these modes exist for some reason. I do believe that most of them are related to comfort settings, so to set up the car in the mode that you prefer to drive. So of course that if you have the drive in the car in sport mode, it will ask you for more, so the power will be there, and it will be up to you, of course, if you use it or not. So in those tests, I was in sport mode, but I was thinking on that, and I was trying to drive as if I was relaxed or in eco mode. And it is a valid test because again it's proving the point that if I drive exactly the same in eco, standard or sport mode, the consumption will be exactly the same. So it did prove the point. But I do believe that for the normal use of the car, if you do have it in sport mode, you will, at the long run, you will spend a little bit more. And I did test that during my last month. So the reality was that I kept during the entirely month of June the mode in sport mode, and so that I could have this comparison in terms of consumption for a full month. Because of course that I am still thinking on driving in sport mode, but trying to do the normal driving way. But there is some situations where, as you have the power there, you do press the accelerator a little bit more and you use that power. So you end up by using that power and spending a little bit more. And the reality was that I did spend a little bit more this month. We will look at that details, but it was not that amount. Okay. So this was one of the big focus of the content made during this month here on the channel. Then I did also an analysis of the top 5 features that I use most and the top 5 features that I don't use that much. Okay. It was for me a surprise, because when I decided to make that content, I forced myself to think on the features that I was using or considering on using and then not using much. So it was really nice to do that. And it was also a surprise for me, some of them, especially for instance Android Auto, that it was a must to have in the car when I was thinking on buying an electric car. But at the end I am not using that feature Well, it is not true entirely because, as I already show in some of my videos, in some of the vlogs that I did, sometimes I have always Android Auto running in the background. So despite that I am not having Android Auto fully occupying the screen in the car, it is running on the background, so I can still receive messages, ask Google Assistant to read the messages, send a message, for instance, via WhatsApp, or even make phone calls because, for instance, XPeng Assistant only talks in English. So if I want to ask for a call and I am using a Portuguese name, sometimes the assistant do not understand and she cannot make that call. So sometimes I just change my language to Portuguese, and instead of saying "Hey Xpeng," I say "Hey Google," and I can immediately use the functionality inside the Android Auto. And also I have also Waze running on the background, so I get notified about stuff, even if I am not using directly Waze for navigation. So that was one of the topics. Then in the middle of the month, there was the announcement of the new G6 and G9 coming to Europe. And it was a nice, sorry guys, I have here my Google device here talking with me. So there was this announcement of the G6 and G9 coming to Europe. It's a very big announcement. It's a very big news. Of course, everybody was already anticipating the arrival of these two vehicles, but we were all thinking on by the end of the year, not already. We still don't know when the first cars will be delivered to real owners. So we know that sometimes in August we will have already some test cars to do it. I don't know if I will have something in Portugal because Portugal was not in the list as the first countries to have this. But let's see. As soon as I have that opportunity, of course, I will take it with XPeng, and I will show you guys everything that I can. But again, so there was this big announcement of the G6 and G9. So I do know that many people that are is still waiting for to get their G6 and G9. So the current models are now considering and being a little bit in a doubt if they should wait for the new versions or not. I made already a vlog that I will release in the next days, talking a little bit about that. If I was the one deciding now if I was going to get the new G6 or immediately the current one. So I do have an opinion on that. I will leave that to the video that I will release soon. But I know that there are many people like that, and also some people that are now considering on buying a G6 or a G9, not knowing if they should just go for the current model or wait for the new one. So if you guys are there on that fence, and if you can just wait a couple of days, you will get my opinion on that, of course. Also, I did start during this month the vlog. So I am trying to have some different styles of videos in the channel. So not only technical videos about the car, because I think that I have already covered most of the things. There is one thing that I am still missing, and I promise that it is going to be on this month and in the beginning of the month. But I started on the last 2 months to ride with me. So there was a couple of rides where I just compared driving modes. And now I have changed that to the vlogs, that it's more or less just going on my rides, showing you how the car handles the normal day-to-day life. And while I am doing that, so that you just don't just seeing a car driving, I will be talking about stuff about EVs, about the car itself, some functionalities, etc. So I have already released a couple of them, and I will be releasing some more in the next month. Okay, so guys, this was the more or less the content that was released on June, and it was a little bit less videos that I am usually doing. mostly because I have been very busy at work. So as you guys know, this is not my work. So I do this at the end of the day. So sometimes I am not able to do that. But it was this is the content that I did. First, let me already say thank you to one person in particular that did support the channel. So guys, as you know, you can subscribe the channel, but you can also support the channel. And this is by just paying a fee, a monthly fee. And I had the first guy paying that. And of course, I need to refer to him and say many thanks to you, that it's Jan Kolnier. I don't know if it is the right pronunciation for the name, but again, Jan, thank you very much for that. It is, of course, a pleasure. I am doing this for pleasure because I do like to explore my car and to do these videos. It is a fun thing for me. But of course, there are costs, and this also helps a little bit. So thank you very much again, Jan. So going back here to my notes, let me already jump for the consumption, because I will need to spend a little bit more on the consumption for the June situation. So let me already share here my screen. Let me change here. So here we are, guys. I believe that you are seeing now the screen. And as you can see here, very easy. I didn't charge outside this month, so no public charging this month here. So the cost was a little bit lower than usually it is. Then I have in the in-home charging, so my Veltium charger, I did charge 681.9, so almost 682 kilowatts during this month. So the total cost was 92.26 euros, okay, for this full month. And I did 3,174 kilometers with my car during June. So currently I have 15,000 kilometers already made in these 4 months. And as you can see here, now I have an average consumption of 21.5. So guys, as I told you in the previous live, there is here a deviation between what my charger, so all this information is coming from my charger, okay? And I already noticed, and I already talked a little bit about this, that the charger is set to 7.4 kilowatts, for instance, but when I see in the car is only showing, for instance, 6.6 or 6.4. So there is always a deviation between what the charger is telling me that it's using in terms of energy and what the car is in fact getting inside. Okay, I told you guys that in the last live that I was going to try to get a Shelly bracket to read the consumption at my electricity board, but I was not able to do that yet, okay? Because I don't know if this is an incorrection or a mistake, an error, a bug on my charger, or if I am in fact losing energy between charger and car. I do believe that there are some energy that we will be losing in this 5-meter cable, but I do believe that it's almost 10% that I am losing, and this seems to be a little bit too much, okay? So this is why I am trying to find out what is happening. And I did use now, because as you guys know, with the new app that we have from the XPeng, we now can check the consumption. I just noticed that I have here an error. So the consumption of the car is, you can now check it in the app. So I did a little dig on there, and I extracted every single day the info that was there. Let me already just check now if I have already the 30 of June, because it was not available when I created this table, because I am still missing this information. Yes, I have it already. So let me already fill in here. So I made 50.1 kilometers, and I have at strip 10.8, stopped 3, and average it was this. Okay, so I did this extraction. So as you know, again, on the XPeng app, you can extract this information from the app that gives you a day or per 7 days statistics. And as you can see here, I have also a small deviation on the kilometers. Okay, and I don't know why. I need to check these in a couple of days. So probably I will try to do this in this next month or during July, to check in a day exactly the amount of kilometers that the car is saying that I do. So on the odometer, and then checking on the app to see if there is correct at the end of the day, if the numbers are correct or if we are losing some information. And this way I can check also if the app is reporting correctly, because as you can see, if I just sum up here all the kilometers made, it gives me 3039 and not 3174. So I need to check these and then correct the mistake wherever it is happening. But this is currently my total odometer, so there is no mistake here. Then, as you can see, the app does give us two different energy consumptions. One is for the trip, and on the trip, this means that while you are driving, okay, not only used by the motor itself, but while you are driving, it has this consumption. So I did consume, the consumption was this in terms of kilowatts for this amount of kilometers. And this means that I did got 568.5 kilowatts. And as you can see, there is a deviation here between this one and this one. And it is a bit too much, okay? But of course, we have also the parked. So while the car is parked, it does consume a little bit of power. And for instance, now that it's getting very hot, I do use a lot the maximum cooling feature that of course turns on the car and just uses a full amount of energy to cool down the car before I just get in the car. So it's normal that I get some consumption here. Also the Sentry mode, etc., do consume a little bit. And so we have here the consumption. And so the total was 620. And as you can see, it's around 10% difference between what the charger is saying and what the car is saying. Okay, so I need to make this very clear. And I promise to you guys that I will show you I will show you then what is happening here between my charger and the energy consumption. Because if I take this as now the information for the average consumption, I need to look at this also, because in fact, if the charger is telling me correctly that I did spend this amount of energy, I am still going to use this information for the savings that I am measuring, because even if there is some energy being spent or wasted in the middle of the way, I need to consider that, because it's what I am spending. So if I had a nice car and I was just pumping gas inside the car, if it was evaporating, I was going to pay it anyway. So this is what I am doing still. But as you can see now, I am still at around 3 euros per 100 kilometers. This means that comparing with my old car that was consuming around 6.57, but I am still considering 6 liters per 100 kilometers with the average price of 1.5 euros per liter, I did save 193 euros this month, and totally in these 4 months, it's 851 euros saved already on consumption. So guys, this is the current situation for the fourth month, and we need to tackle down this situation here. So I have here a comment. Give me just a second. Oh, okay. So I got here a new member. Okay, Herdal Patat. I don't know if I mentioned this correctly. Sorry, guys, if I'm not mentioning your names correctly. From Denmark, and is just a new member and is saying thanks for the videos. I thank you guys for being here and supporting me and building this community, because this is the fun part of it. So let me come back here, guys. So this was the consumption until now, and let me just bring here again my notes. And now let me talk a little bit about what we are going to do on the next videos, so the next month. So I will release the last, I think it was going to be the last technical video that it's still missing, that is the self-parking. Okay, so this was a video that I am taking a lot of time to do, mainly because I wanted to test not only the self-parking while I am inside the car, but also self-park while I am outside, so remote parking. And for that, I was in need of someone else recording me, more cameras, because I wanted to record inside the car without anyone inside, myself using my mobile to do the remote parking. So it was not an easy video for me to do, because guys, I don't have resources and plenty of people to use for my videos, so it's me. So I had to ask my wife, of course, to help me on that one, and we did it. We made it for we already recorded the video, and so it is only now dependent on editing the video. I do hope to finalize the editing very soon, but I cannot anticipate when, but I do hope that in the next day, so in the beginning of this month, I will be able to release the self-parking video that I am trying to do since the beginning of the channel. And I do believe that I will cover everything that it's technical on the car. So, and unless there is a new version of software or something like that, that I need to touch base on that, probably I will end up with covering most of the things in the car. So basically, what are we going to do? So the parking video, I will do continue to do the vlogs. Okay, guys. So as I said, I cannot continue doing technical videos because there is not much more to do, but I will do vlog videos. So this means that I will just show you guys my life, how it is to do my life or do my commutes with the XPeng, and it's still a very comfortable car to do everything. So I will show you guys all that, the strange situations that we do encounter in the streets, of course, and all of that. And so I will continue doing these vlogs while talking with you guys about news on the EV markets, on the XPeng, etc. So I will continue to do that. Guys, if you have any questions, just leave on the comments so that we can just cover that at the end of the video. Then I will do some generic content on EVs. Okay, I do believe that currently of course, I do not have a lot of experience in terms of time, because I am with an EV for 4 months only. But because I am doing these videos, I do feel that I am exploring a lot about EV, and I do believe that I already have some knowledge about what it is to have an EV and what it was changing from a nice car to an EV. So I will try to do a couple of more videos about that for all the people that believe or are thinking now on changing to an EV, but are still considering, I will try to explain what it was for me and what are the problems or the challenges that you are going to face, and the good things, of course, also I will talk about. Then, of course, I am anticipating that there is a new release, going to be a new release, software release during July, if not in July, maybe in beginning of August, but probably still in July. So we had a recent update, software update, but it was a very simple thing. I do believe that there are some changes on the internet, or the way that the car does that, does the connection with the internet for the multimedia and other stuff. Also, I do believe that on the radio, that it's still buggy, but it seems that it already shows the music that it's playing and stuff like that. So it seems that XPeng is also looking at that. I will try to do at least a short about that and release it. But that's it. So I will do a couple of more generic videos on that. So this new version that we just received, it's very small, nothing special about it. About that, I didn't even make a video about that. But there is a beta that was announced, but it seems that it was XPeng. It's just doing that with a very restrict user base, and that it's the 5.6.14. It's only about improvements on the LCC and ACC, so the way that the car handles the situation of the self-driving. So it's only focusing on that. So I don't know if there is going to be another version testing some other things, or if there are some other things being tested. But for that version that was announced, unfortunately, I was not able to get it. There is this focus, and as you saw in my last video where I showed the current version, the situation of the LCC and ACC, I did that at that time because I wanted to have that registered, so that as soon as XPeng releases the new software for the public, general public, I will do exactly the same test to see if there were improvements or not. I did already talked a little bit with some other users that did receive that beta version, and they say that it did improve, and it seems that the slowdowns still happen, but they seem to be more phased. This means that you are not going to feel that slowdown as a brake while driving. So it may solve a little bit the issue. So if the car just slows down a little bit smoother, let's call it like that, it will not feel as a problem, but just a security measure, and while the car is analyzing the remaining street. I still believe that XPeng can release a little bit more the car to do those turns, because I still believe that it's still being very conservative. But let's see the new version when it is released. Then guys, I will, so as I said, parking video, I will talk a little bit about this issue about the charging, to see if this a problem with the car, my charger, or anything else in between, so that we have this also analyzed. Also the difference in kilometers, I will try to check a couple of days exactly how much kilometers I made and what is now being presented in the app, so that we can check that also. We will see the new version, I hope still during this month. I will purchase a couple of more accessories. So I don't know if you saw the video that I did where I changed the screen protector that I had in my car. I am loving it. No fingerprints at all. and it is a great product. It does reduce a little bit the brightness of the screen, but I just took off the auto mode and I defined the brightness as I want, and now it is again perfect. So I am very happy with that, and as we don't have fingerprints and it is not reflective, I can look at the screen from any angle, so it's very good. And I will get some new accessories also for the car in the near future. Then I will be doing still this week, but I don't know when I will be releasing then the video. I will be doing a couple of more longer trips. So I will go to Algarve with my family, and I will do one of the trips by highway to see how the car handles again on the highway, testing in the summer the public charge network that usually it's a mess, but we will do it relaxing with my family because we are going to be in holidays. And I will then do the return trip not on the highway, but I will do it in a more relaxed way using the interior, so urban areas, and I will try to push as much as possible the range of the car to see until what I can take out of my car. That it's a single range, so it has a WLTP of 435. So I will try to put some more than that in the car, and I will show you guys everything. So this is what I have planned for the next month in terms of content, and nothing special about that. The live videos will be still, I will be doing it at the end of the month or beginning, as I am doing today. And that's it, guys. So let's now look at the questions that I got here. Guys, I have a delay between the questions that I get from you guys and when you are probably seeing my video. And that happened on the last live. And for some reason, when I disconnected the stream, I got 3 or 4 more questions that I was then not able to answer. Sorry for that. I will try then to answer in the comments if that happens again. So let me see. We don't have many questions, so this is going to be very quick. So I have here Erdal Patat, so saying that it's a new member and that I'm making really cool and useful videos. I might become a new owner of the upcoming G6. It's cool to see what an XPeng can do. Greetings from Denmark. Yeah, Erdal, the new G6, it's a great car. I do believe that if the features that were announced, the new Touring chip, it's coming for Europe, and all of those features, the car will be on the next level. To be honest, in my opinion, and as I said, I will do a video only about that. I did already record it, so I just need to edit it. It's the only feature that would make me wait for the new G6. It's the Touring chips, but I don't know when we will be, or you will, if you get the new G6, you will take advantage of those chips compared with what the current model has to offer. So let's see how this happens, because at least in Europe, we have to fight with more than just technology and features. We need to fight with legislation and regulation of Europe. So let's see. Then we have here Michael Boyce that it removed the message. But anyway, thank you very much, Michael, for supporting the channel. Then we have here Fifi saying salut, so probably French. So salut also for you. And thank you very much for supporting us. And then we have here Peter Moore that has 2 comments here saying that keep the good work coming, Ugo. I'm 3 months in, very happy, and only 5,000 kilometers. Also an EV virgin. You are not already a virgin, so you have already 5,000 kilometers on you. So it's very nice. I hope you are enjoying it. It's a great car. There's a lot of things to discover with the car. Every single ride, the car surprises me. Today I was almost having an accident, and the car did help me brake and take control of the situation. So it was a nice thing. Then you said also with the screen protector, Hugo, is it usable in both bright and dark mode? Yes, yes, it does work very well. So as I said, for me, just driving, I was not in need to change the brightness anyway. So it is still very visible. The contrast. So with this, it is not a screen protector. I would not call it a screen protector. It's how to say it? It's a film, a matte film that you put on top. That it will remove the contrast, not the contrast, sorry, the how to say, the reflections, and it is not getting fingerprints. So this was the two main reasons why I took out the AliExpress one and I got this one. And in fact, it takes a little bit, because of the matte finish, it takes a little bit of contrast and brightness, so it gets a little bit darker. On the dark mode, I believe that as it is more contrasty, so it is black with white, you don't feel that much. But on the bright screen, you do feel that it loses a little bit of contrast and brightness. So as I was saying, just for driving, I would not change anything. But as I do record the videos for you guys to see, I believed when I saw the first screen recording, so with the camera on the seats recording the screen, I do believe that I had to increase a little bit the brightness so that you guys could see still very well the screen. So I did that. But I do believe that just for us to be driving the cars and looking to the screen, you don't need even to change that. It's my feeling, okay? My good friend Pedro Moreira is from Porto. It's okay, Pedro. We are here. We are finishing, but you can of course see the video after. So Pedro Moreira is one good friend. So we didn't met in person, but it was one of the first persons that I did talk, and he did already challenge me to make, for instance, the voice controls. So the video that I made on the XPeng Assistant was a suggestion of Pedro, and it was one of the biggest videos that I made here in the channel. So again, Pedro, thank you very much for the support since day one. So many thanks. So now we have here Igor. Couldn't you please suggest a bidirectional charger for G6, or do you have any experience knowledge about usage of it with G6? So you mean so okay, so it's two things. I don't know if there is a bidirectional charger, okay, and I don't know if I can try to find something about that, but I am not using anything like that. So one of the accessories that I will get for this month will be a discharge adapter, that it's what you can use to take energy out of the car. So they call it discharger, while you have the charger to put energy inside the car, and then you have a discharger to take energy out of the car. So basically, the charger, we already know that. I made a video about the charging specs, and it is very easy. So you have a bunch of cables that you can use with so your own cable connecting to your home plugs or wall boxes, or even chargers in the public network with or without cable. So these are the normal chargers. There is a video on the channel for that. For the discharging, it's just an adapter. Okay, you just need to take in consideration that it should mention that it is compatible with XPeng, because I know that some people got some AliExpress these chargers. So it is just a plug equally to a charger, but it will plug in the same place, but will then have or a cable or a connector or whatever, so that you can take energy out of the car. And there are some people buying those generic ones that don't work then on the XPeng. But if you go to AliExpress and if you search for discharge cable XPeng, for instance, you will have a bunch of options, all very cheap. Okay, so it's around 25 euros, something like that, for a normal one. And then, of course, you can get a little bit higher, because you can have these charger cables with already different type of connections or cables at the other end. So it is nice. So okay, Peter is also giving here information. He's saying that he got the Metron vehicle to load one, that it's XPeng compatible. It's around $60, 60 euros, and made in Europe. Okay, so of course you can go for already. I do believe that most of the charging companies out there that do provide charging options do already have vehicle to load or vehicle to grid. It depends on what you want. I know that our cars are vehicle to load, but I know that there were tests already made with vehicle to grid. But then I don't know the technicalities for connecting then the car to the grid itself. I don't know if it's just a plug, a normal plug, or how to connect it. That I don't know. So I do believe that it's better to talk with an expert on that. So for vehicle to load, it's very simple. So it's, as Peter is saying, there are a bunch of alternatives out there, AliExpress, Europe, whatever, with different prices and different end outputs for the car. So it is very nice. So Pedro is also saying it's expecting the video of the parking. Probably you didn't saw that, Pedro, but I already explained in this video that I already made. So the video is done. I am just missing one clip for the video, that it's the forward and reverse that I didn't record. I already tested several times because it's a feature that I do use several times, but I didn't record. So I'm just missing that to conclude the final video, and then I just need to edit the video. So I do expect, because I will have some days off now, that I will go with my family to Algarve, and I will probably take my computer with me just to edit those videos that I have in my computer to edit, and I still didn't do it. So yeah, it will come this month for sure. I promise that. If not, I will close the channel for good. So guys, this is it. I don't have any more questions. So let me just thank you again for being here, for supporting the channel, for supporting me with your comments, with your likes, with your shares. It's the channel is growing very fast. It's a fun thing to see, and it's being a real pleasure to do this with you guys and building this community, helping, answering, and trying to figure out everything on the car and on the market. I'm having a lot of fun with this. I was not imagining that I was going to have this amount of fun. So again, thank you guys very much. Let me just check here. So a couple of ones. So tomorrow, finally, I will install in my garage the charging by card. So probably Pedro lives in a condominium or something like that, and they will have wall box for people there. So very nice. Thank you very much, Peter. I will try to enjoy the holiday. I will relax a little bit doing the videos, because I do believe that it's relaxing also, but I will enjoy that. And then Jeremy says, hi Hugo, thanks for the channel live chat. I'm about 3 months in, mostly local and commuting. Long run to San Sebastian 10 days ago. I'm a wall box. I have a wall box in the garage. Yeah, I have a wall box also. If you saw my video on charging, I am using a wall box, but it's an individual one. But there are people with these community garages that they do have a wall box, and then they use RFID or tags or cards to make these charges, and then they pay to the condominium these values. So guys, again, thank you very much. I will see you in the next live or in the next videos. Again, thank you very much. Bye bye.